Welcome back, everybody. My name is Frank. In this video, I want to talk about the Ghost and Molly McGee. There are several new episodes up on Disney Plus right now, but in this video, I want to talk about one in particular. It's called Like Father, Like Libby. Now, before I get to that, can somebody at Disney, or anybody actually, tell me why the next 5 episodes of the Ghost and Molly McGee on Disney Plus go from 6, 7, 8, 9, and 11? They skipped 10. I'm baffled as to why. Anyway, let's move on. In the beginning of this episode, Molly's reading a book written by Libby. Molly really likes this book. And as Molly is praising Libby for her writing, they get a ring at the doorbell. A package comes in for Libby. Libby realizes that this package is from her dad. Now, hold on just a second. This show's been on for, what, a season and a half now? We are 10 episodes into season 2, and we don't know a whole lot about Libby's dad, so now we're gonna find out. It turns out that Libby's dad is a writer. Hey, that's where Libby gets her creativity from. Her dad. Libby tells her mom that she has a letter from her dad and she wants to go see him because she hasn't seen him in like 6 years. So they go on this long trip to go see her dad. And by the way, there's a B story of Molly babysitting Libby's turtles. It's fun, it's cute, but I want to concentrate on the dad story. So on this big long trip, Libby is dreaming about more time with her dad. There's a whole song medley of it. She dreams of her whole family getting back together again. And then she finally meets her dad. She's so happy to see her dad. He gives her his latest book. And it's not really signed to her. It just says, keep reading and keep dreaming. A generic signature for his daughter. And Libby tells her dad that, hey, I'm a writer too. Look, I've written this. What does he do? He looks through it like, hey, what is this stuff? He takes a picture with it and then gives her the book back. Oh, this guy's a piece of work. Anyway, she still wants to spend time with him. So she's dreaming of all these different things that she could do with him. But he tells her, hey, listen, now that my book's out, I got this big world tour coming and my agent is going to do this. And as he's telling her all these things, her dreams of spending time with her dad is shattering more and more and more until there's really nothing left and she's just completely heartbroken. She goes back to the car with her mom, and her mom is trying to console her because Libby is really heartbroken. And then eventually they do hug and she realizes that her mom is everything to her. This episode reminded me a lot of that Will Smith episode from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I mean, it wasn't exactly the same, but it was kind of similar. Will Smith's dad runs out and we all know that whole thing where Will Smith said, why doesn't my dad want me? It's a heartbreaking scene that everybody has seen. And I took inspiration for that from my own comic. In Turkana comic number 5, called Coming Out to a Friend, Paige is the alter ego of Turkana. Paige is best friends with Brittany Garcia, and Brittany is also Turkana's sidekick. And in my comic, Coming Out to a Friend, comic number 5, Brittany finally tells her best friend that she's a lesbian. I feel like I should explain something here first. They are just the best of friends. They're not crushing on each other. Matter of fact, that is brought up in the conversation with Paige in the comic. Brittany confides in Paige and tells her, listen, I'm a lesbian. And Paige is like, why are you telling me this? Do you have a crush on me too? And Brittany's like, no, we're friends. And a lot of my gay friends have told me this has happened to them, which is why I put it in the comic. Anyway, sorry, I'm off track again. And to make a long story short, Brittany tells her that her dad is just a real pain in the butt. He doesn't accept her for who she is. He's very strict. And by the end of that comic, she goes home and she sees her dad yelling at her sister about, some gay characters on TV. Why are they doing that? So Paige and Brittany kind of walk away, and Brittany's really ticked off. She's hitting the punching bag. She kind of hates her father until she realizes she really wants her father's love. Why doesn't her dad love her? Now, I know this video is supposed to be about the Ghost of Molly McGee, but actually it's about fathers who aren't very good fathers. And I'm going to tie this all back to my own self. You see, I never knew my dad. I was raised by my grandparents. My dad left my mom when I was really young. So all I know is the guy's name. But here I am in my 50s, and if I never meet the guy, it doesn't matter. The one thing I don't want to do is be like him and leave my family. I don't want to be like Libby's dad. I don't want to be like Will Smith's dad in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I don't want to be anything like Brittany's dad. I want to be the best father I possibly can. Well, I really got off the subject, didn't I? Anyway, before I end the video, I'd really appreciate it if you would hit that subscribe button, make a comment, and like this video as well. Every little bit helps. Have you seen the latest episodes of The Ghost of Molly McGee? More importantly, have you seen Like Father, Like Libby? Because of all the new episodes so far, this one is my favorite because it really relates to me a lot myself. And of course, some of the comics that I write too. If you like this episode, please comment below the video. Let's talk about it. I'd love to hear from you.